Welcome to the Farmers Branch Chamber Chat. I'm Grace Swees, Executive Director of the Farmers Branch Chamber of Commerce. Through the Chamber Chat, we bring to you community leaders and share the stories of businesses and organizations that are surviving and thriving through the recent climate. Today, we have an underdog story of Asher Interiors and owner Shari Ben-Shabat, who shares about her personal challenges, as well as navigating through a tornado and 2020.
Hi there.
Joining us, Shari. How are you today?
I'm great. Thank you.
Good.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You have a great story to share. So I'm just going to open it up and let you just kind of share from your heart whatever you're comfortable sharing about your business. I really feel like this is a story that people need to know and hear, and that this is a business we need to support.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I'll just start out telling everyone a little bit about Asher Interiors and how our business got started. It's kind of a rags to riches type story, I guess. Asher Interiors was started by my husband over 30 years ago, and he actually immigrated here from Israel and came with probably less than a few $100s in his pocket, and did bring the trade of upholstery with him. He learned at a very young age from his father how to cut and sew and how to run a business. And so he came here with that. And when we met and married, I was actually working in a totally different business by profession. I am a registered licensed dietitian with a master's degree in human nutrition. And I was working in that field after going to school for 6 or 7 years. And he would just watch me working and 60, 70 hours a week. And he was like, you could work that much in our business. And I just, how they say opposites attract. He was very much the entrepreneur, and I just didn't get it. I couldn't imagine not getting a paycheck every week or every other week. And so I did end up taking the risk and leaving my position and going to work with him. And we started out in our residential garage, like I said, over 30 years ago. Our first big job was doing the reupholstery of the hospital that I was working in at the time. And then I really brought my customer service skills, my marketing skills to the business. And after we finished that hospital, we ended up contacting other hospitals. And till today, we're still doing the refurbishing and reupholstering in almost every hospital system in the Metroplex.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah. But we started out in the garage. We quickly grew and only did upholstery, and then we started doing refinishing, and we had to get a larger workroom, and then we ended up getting our own, buying our own warehouse and doing custom furniture. We also have our own leather line that we started importing and distributing worldwide now. And then things were great. I never even thought about looking back to going back into my career. And I loved every minute of what I was doing. And even though it was totally a different industry, we got hit with curveballs, big challenges. And the first thing that happened is the summer of 2018, my husband got the worst possible diagnosis. He was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and it was only given like 3 to 6 months to survive, and ended up fighting for 18 months. And during those 18 months, he just went into the gear of, I want the business to survive. I want you to carry on my legacy, and brought our son into the business, taught him as much as he could. And as he was going through treatment, he was teaching me everything that he felt like I needed to know that he was taking care of. And then shortly after that, as anybody might know that has gone through cancer treatment or has known somebody, we were running from hospitals to treatments to doctors, and we get a phone call one morning that our warehouse was totally destroyed, that we had been in for over 20 years. Their warehouse was totally destroyed by the tornadoes from October. That was in October of 2019, a little over a year ago. And at that point, we just tried to salvage everything we could. I thought, what else could possibly happen? And then, of course, shortly later, COVID set in. And it just seems like there's just challenge after challenge. And
that's quite a story. And for those who, are able to see on the screen share, Shari had sent us some pictures of the damage from the tornado, and previously a picture of her and her husband. You guys look so adorable together.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry for your loss. And
thank you.
I mean, I can't even imagine, right? That's a double whammy. And I think most people would have had every reason in the world to give up or to throw in the towel, but you didn't. And you relocated here to Farmers Branch, and
exactly.
As your leader, I feel particularly blessed and honored that we get to join in this next part of the story with you. So continue on.
Okay. So my husband passed in January of 2020, and at the memorial, there's always a silver lining. At the memorial, one of my friends said, I have a beautiful warehouse in Farmers Branch, and if you need a place to work, because we basically, after the tornado, we were working in 3 different locations. We were doing upholstery in the garage, we were refinishing at one of our vendors, and just anywhere we could set up shop, we set up shop. And he said, you could work here, and we worked out a lease and moved into this warehouse in Farmers Branch. And I won't lie, it was scary. I wasn't sure at that point. I had just lost my husband. We were having to set up shop from the tornado. And there were many mornings I woke up and I thought, that's it. I'm going to get my license in order and I'm going to apply for a job, and I'm not going to do this because I know I'm going to fail. And what truly happened is my staff, who has been with me for, 15 and 20 years, they were so excited to move into the warehouse, and we were so busy. I think just the daily activities and tasks that I had to take care of was like the very best therapy. And
yeah, I mean, props to you again. I think any of us would have, or right, you would have had any excuse to call it quits, and people, I think, would have said, fair enough.
exactly.
But I think that that's beautiful that you just chose to get out of bed each morning and put one foot in front of the other, and you're rebuilding your business from almost scratch. I mean, I'm sure you have a lot of customers and client base, but like a tornado, a new warehouse, losing your best friend, your husband, your business partner, all in one. That's a lot for anybody to go through. And, I really can't articulate enough, props to you for the way to be a strong woman. And I was just put on my radar, that it is Women's History Month. And, I think it's awesome that our very first chamber chat for the month of March is example of a strong woman who's making a difference in the local community.
Well, the people that I would talk to on a daily basis, they always said, oh my gosh, I'm sure it's so difficult and it's such a struggle. But I found that I learned a lot about myself, and it wasn't so much as a struggle as it was a strengthening. I became stronger, and so I guess I really turned all that negative into positive and learned a lot about myself and realized that I guess, what is the saying? If it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger. And that's kind of how I look back at all of this. But it ended up that even through the pandemic, I guess, let me back up. Moving into Farmers Branch, it's like moving into a new neighborhood. I thought, I really want to get to know my neighbors. I want to know who's out there. And we're in a beautiful building. The gentleman that allowed us to come in is just like an angel from above. But in what we occupied the back of the building, I didn't have a storefront. I didn't have a sign in the front. So I really wanted to reach out and get to know my neighbors. And that's when I joined the Farmers Branch Chamber of Commerce. I think you were the first person I talked to on the phone. And it was just like being in a small town. It was like so friendly. And they said, well, think about it. And I said, no, I'm not going to think about it. I want to join. Here's my credit card. And then I started attending the very first event. And I will say that one of the first in-person events that I went to, just when I thought I knew every furniture dealer in Dallas, was Office Furniture Source. And I didn't even know that they were right around the corner from me. And we are now doing business with them. So,
Awesome.
and that's besides just getting to know all the great people at the chamber. And every event that I've gone to has been just wonderful. If you ever want to know of what's going on in the city, all you have to do is jump on the Sunrise Networking on Wednesday morning, and you get a lowdown of everything that's happening. So it's really nice to be a part of the chamber.
Yeah, we're so grateful. And was it that was your first time shooting when you came to Eagle Gun Range, is that correct? You
Yeah.
and
I've always wanted to go there, so that was a good way to make my visit there.
Yeah, those first couple ones were pretty easy, but then they got a little more kick to them the further down the road that you went, huh?
Exactly.
That's awesome. So I'm going to go back to the screen share. Let's talk about, I want to highlight some of your work because, I think so many people, they just go buy new furniture and don't even realize that there's, so many wonderful options and ability to just restore and refurbish. So I'm just going to scroll down and you just feel free to talk about what your business is and does. Sounds like you're a little bit of everything furniture rehab.
Yeah. So we do three main things. We do reupholstering, and we do wood refinishing, and we custom build furniture. So like this bookcase was recently built in a new home, and they could not find anything large enough, wide enough. They wanted something custom that filled up a certain wall in their house. So we started out just going and measuring and got ideas of what they were wanting, custom built it in our workroom, and then installed it.
This is beautiful. I love all the little cubbies, and I mean, obviously that's not a TV that's going to go in the middle there. So.
No, actually that was designed for some artwork that that the customer did.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And our customers are interior designers. We had a designer that came to us and said, we need a bench built. Sometimes designers just bring us reupholstery work or refinishing work, but we work with designers, we work with architects, and then we work with the general public as well. And this is a custom bed that we made. It's made out of wood.
What did you do? The headboard and the footboard, like the whole kind of
exactly
everything but the mattress, I assume.
Right, exactly. So we did the upholstered headboard, and we made the wood, and the wood stain is all custom made.
That's beautiful. What do we have here?
And this is wall upholstery. So we did all the upholstery on the walls. And I think this was a
people upholster their walls?
Yes. Yeah, we do a lot of wall upholstery.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, and you were sharing, I'm going to do a plug for you to help me out here, but you were sharing that a lot of people are bringing in their office furniture in order to get, what is it, a vinyl or something on it that makes it.
So a lot of our commercial accounts, since COVID set in, we have found that a lot of our commercial accounts are asking us to come in, like these chairs were from a hospital waiting room and had fabric on them. And so they're wanting to change all the fabric, get rid of the fabric, and put on vinyl that could be cleaned. Things that their environmental services department could use their heavy sanitizing agents and clean them. So we've been doing a lot of that. We've also noticed that since the pandemic set in, that our residential business has just skyrocketed. I think from people working at home and being at home and seeing their outdoor furniture, we probably did more patio furniture, cushions, reupholstery in the summer of 2020 than we've done in our history of our business. So, we've also been doing a lot of home offices, people taking their favorite club chair in their living room and asking us to put a swivel on it because they want to use it as their desk chair. So we've been doing a lot more residential since the pandemic set in.
So let me ask you a question. I feel like this is probably an incredibly common question that you get. Is it actually more cheaper or cost efficient to have something reupholstered, refinished, refurbished versus buying new? And or, right, I feel like it's definitely more environmentally friendly than to send it to the landfill, but what would be the case for that?
That's a real good question. And usually the people that come to us and want to have something reupholstered, it's because they have an item that's has sentimental value, or it just fits in their home, or they've already gone out and shopped it and they can find things. You can sometimes find things cheaper, but the furniture that's made now, and in certain retail stores, is not made as well as maybe their furniture that was made 20, 30 years ago. So usually the people they like the size of their sectional, or they like the size of their sofa, or it has some type of sentimental value that they just want to keep it. But it's upholstery, refinish, it's all done by hand. So it's not, it just depends on, if you want to spend the money and keep it. A lot of times, every once in a while, we do somebody brings something in, and they might want to refurbish, and sometimes we'll have to tell them, it's just truly not worth it. It might be better to start new. But 9 times out of 10, we refurbish quite a bit.
That's awesome. Yeah, when I was last in your workshop, I still think about that purple chair that you had done. And right, what's cool, I mean, right, Sherry shared with me when I was there visiting a couple weeks ago, but yeah, even I think a customer bought a brand new chair, but just wanted her own like special fabric on it. And so she was able to take a chair that the customer loved in itself of the chair and then make it in a fabric that matched
Right.
her decor. So that was cool. I'm still dreaming about that purple chair. So I hope the customer came and got it. If not, I'm coming.
We could always make you one.
So what else would you like to share about your business? Anything else? I mean, right, we know that you do, again, I think, right, shameless plug, I think that this is awesome what you guys are doing for offices and office furniture, right? What a quick, easy way. If you're going to spend the money on furniture either way, why not just, right, reduce, reuse, recycle, and get your stuff reupholstered? You can put a new look to your office while making it easy to sanitize and COVID resistant. So,
exactly.
Right. It's like a 2-in-1, all you can dream about. You don't even have to go and find if you like your furniture. You just get to pick whatever design you want.
Right. Yeah. So if you're taking care of an office, or you're thinking about your home, if you just want to send us a photo of something you might be thinking about refurbishing, then you could go to our website, and there's a place to put in a description and tag on a picture, and we could always give you an idea of what it would cost to refurbish it.
That's awesome. Well, good. And so another question for you. Do you have like the samples and the things of fabric that someone can get, or can they come in and say, hey, here's what I saw, or here's what I liked, and you'll help find it?
Both. We have tons of fabric and vinyl, and we also, like I mentioned earlier, we're a wholesaler of a leather line. So we stock tons of leather, which most upholstery shops, your average upholstery shop doesn't usually has to bring in as a special order, but we have tons of leather hides. So we probably do more leather upholstery than the average upholstery shop. And but yes, we could take the job from the beginning. And usually what I do is I'm really big on communication. So whoever contacts me, whether it's maybe a senior citizen that has a rocking chair that they want to reupholster, or if it's a company that has 141 chairs that they want to reupholster, I first I try to individualize it and find out what it is they need. A lot of our companies, it's more of working with deadlines, and with individuals, it's more of finding that right fabric. So the first step is usually making contact with me, and then I help them to determine how we're going to take care of it. But yeah, we could turnkey the entire thing, come in, we could pick out fabrics. If we don't have it, we could order in something. And but we always try to individualize it to where people feel comfortable leaving their furniture with us. And our main goal is just to make people happy.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing about your business. I have one last question for
Okay.
you. This is one of my favorite questions just to ask everybody.
Okay.
Right, we've been through a hard time, and right, you're a woman who seems to know about overcoming hard times. What advice or words of encouragement would you give to other business owners at this time?
I would just say always try to find a way to make challenging situations positive, and maybe always look at the glass half full, and just really try to, no matter what life throws at you, just try to be as positive as you can,
That's awesome.
and join your local chamber.
I didn't pay her to say that, y'all.
Yeah,
Well,
thank
I'm so
you.
glad that you feel like it's been a valuable investment to you. I know that we're grateful that you're part of our community. I should swing by and give you a sneak peek at the video. William has almost finished with the
Oh,
production
I'm
of it.
excited.
So y'all be on the lookout. Give Shari a shout out on social media. Visit her if you know anyone or have a need for yourself. At least give her the chance to earn your business.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining the Farmers Branch Chamber Chat. We'll be here with you every Tuesday at 2 p.m. live, also available for later viewing. Again, our goal and our focus is just to share the stories of the business community today as we all navigate and overcome the challenges of 2020 and move into 2021. We believe the best is yet to come and our future is bright. Thanks.